Yep. Yep. I'm trying to think of. I want to change the title on mine.
Yeah, yeah, obviously. It's a stand-in title.
Um, but I'm trying. Are you guys still taking Gear of the Year submissions?
Yeah, yeah. I need to work on that list a whole lot more. Um, so that's a thing that I need to do. Um, Definitely need to do that real bad. What's up, Fuzzimp?
I just changed the title to "Is this a No Nut November live stream?"
God.
Going for that click. Got to get those clicks, baby.
Oh my God. Oh, what's up, y'all? We'll remove the banner here in a minute. We're just kind of still setting things up, all the behind the scenes junk. Oh my gosh. Y'all let me know if you hear an echo on
Our,
Steve.
our last stream was October 6th, so
A little
we are
overdue, not bad. Yes, Steve does have a very loud keyboard.
dude. I have a Corsair mechanical. I love it.
It's loud AF.
I got it from RJ. RJ gave it to me
Oh,
because
nice.
he was going to like a 3/4 keyboard or whatever, like whatever
Oh
it's
gosh,
called. So
no,
it,
no.
I don't know if it's actually three. Well, I think it's just like a keyboard that doesn't have a 10 key.
Ugh. Y'all, I am sick, so I apologize. Luckily, that we've not figured out how to transmit diseases over the internet, so you're all safe.
I was thinking about that, honestly. I had
Were
this
you
weird thought,
really?
like, that I needed to tell my wife, oh yeah, Philip and I are going live, but you don't have to worry about me getting sick.
My gosh.
Let's see. I am now viewing from my end just because I
Yeah.
want to see the. You can't see the. Oh, I can see the number 17. There it is.
All right. Well, nobody's saying you're echoing, so I think I fixed the audio before we started this time. And I,
Yay!
and I saved the settings this time, so
Max
that.
Max has been spending too much time on yeah, TikTok. The whole thing right now. The trend right now is for somebody for a creator to make a video talking about the thing that they are going to be doing when they reach financial goals in their live stream. So they launch that and then they launch their live stream at the same time.
Oh, weird.
Um, but it's always awkward. Like it's all, most of the time it's like, it's either there's one guy who's like, every time I get 100 diamonds, I'll smash an egg on my head, and then if somebody sends a galaxy, I'll drink all the egg, and he's got a bowl underneath it, so he's smashing eggs on his head.
Oh my god.
All the yolk and egg whites are collecting in this giant bowl, and then he will um and then it's like, oh, if you send a galaxy, which is like $500, um then he'll like drink whatever's in it.
Well, I tell you what, Steve, let's do that. Every $200 in super chats we raise, I'll buy a
Oh,
guitar pedal live on air. Every $200, um, which will also mean Steve will have to share their super chat with me because nobody super chats on my channel. Um,
I'll have to figure out how to do that.
yeah, we'll just talk
I
to
don't have
Ryan. It's
access to
fine.
that either.
Yeah, it's fine. We're just earning Ryan money at this point. Then,
Yeah. Yeah.
what's up, y'all? It is November. There are things to talk about, and it's not the things you immediately thought of. We are going to talk about all kinds of shenanigans. We're going to talk about NAMM. We're going to talk about new electronics. Steve, I ordered a new computer today.
You ordered a new computer
I
today.
did. I ordered that M4 Pro, baby.
Why have I not gotten a notification
On Discord because
on
it never goes
Discord?
out the way it's supposed to. People will get the
Yeah.
notification in like an hour.
So dumb.
Shenanigans. I love that, Rob. We're gonna talk about some shenanigans. Um, I do sound like I'm talking in the back of my mouth because I'm sick. Fuzz, I did the Mac Mini, so I have the current. I have the M1 Mac Mini currently that I've been using for 4 years, and I love it. I skimped out on it, and I didn't get the amount of RAM I really needed to be processing video, and it was just time. So I'm trading it in. They gave me actually a really good amount of credit for it to trade it in. So I'm getting the Mac Mini M4 Pro, the upgraded processor, 64
Mm.
gigs of RAM, a terabyte hard drive. I didn't need more than a terabyte because I use externals for everything. So, yeah, I'm super excited to get that. So,
Max wants to know if it's a new computer for watching quote dancing girls.
I
There,
mean,
I'm so lost on this. Is people keep talking about dancing girls, and I'm so confused. Is that
someone
because
fill us in.
I called this a No Nut November live stream?
I don't know. Maybe that's it. All right, y'all. Get your questions in, get your thumbs up in, get your likes and subscribe. You're already subscribed if you're here. If you're not subscribed over on 40 Watt, please go do that. Going to be
Yeah,
really
go do
pushing the
that.
channel. Um, Steve,
Yeah.
let's talk about the NAMM thing first. Let's talk about this because this is going to be totally boring, and so we should do it at the beginning. Because that's how this works, right? So,
Oh, I should make the title NNN and but then it would be No Nam November. That doesn't really make sense if we're actually talking about
yeah,
Nam.
we're actually talking about
So,
NAMM. So,
so are you
um,
bringing up the map?
yes, I am going to share the map. I think everybody can see it. I think yes. Oh, well, let me get rid of the Max Dancing Girl thing. Uh, all right. So this is the NAMM floor. This is going to be really pertinent for those of you that actually care about this kind of stuff. We know you're joking, Max. Thank you for joking around. This whole live stream is one big joke. So that's why we do it. So what's really pertinent here, that's different from last year, is they brought back the basement.
Yup.
The basement's back, baby. And you know who they put in the basement?
The
All
most
the
important the
all the
most important
acoustic guys. Look.
Oh, well, there's that too. They did a few things.
Yeah.
One, they put a bunch of the imports are back, look like it's back down there. A lot of the Chinese importers
They are.
look like, but also so like Shenzhen Cool Music and Guangzhou and a bunch of other places. Zamitis. I didn't, why does Zamitis still even exist? I
Why
don't
yeah,
understand
why do they have a booth at NAMM? Like,
that.
are there Midas dealers anymore? I don't know. But like Kloss is down here, String Tree,
Well,
uh
Kloss is like you're talking about like KLOS,
yeah,
close.
close,
They're
Kloss.
not a well, they do acoustics, but they're also like a big bass one. McGrath Guitars is down there. That's the one that Ryan's been talking about. McGrath, he was in a band with that guy for a minute, Connor McGrath, something like that. So there are 920D is down there.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. The acoustic guys are too loud. Put them in the basement. Actually, I mean, you're joking, and you're right. It's a good joke, but the truth is, it's probably because everyone else is too loud.
oh, it's on
Um,
like so the acoustics are on one end and
yeah, and then like
the
all the other
innovator
stuff.
showcase on the other.
Yep.
Somewhere down here is oh, right at the bottom of the escalator is Strymon.
Yeah, Strymon's over here
uh
near the acoustic stuff. Um,
my
not.
first NAM, with the exception of I think Earthquaker and JHS, pretty much every of the current like mid-tier pedal companies were all in the basement.
Yeah,
The
that's
basement used to be pedal central,
that's
and
what
it's
I
still
sort of expected.
and I am seeing like Eventide's back in
Yep.
the basement.
So I want to talk about some of these down here in the
Exotic.
acoustic real quick. I know for a fact I'm going to be spending a lot of time down here at Husson, Dalton, Collings, Loudon, Santa Cruz,
Mm-hmm.
Firk. I just wanted to mention all of those because I know nobody's in this live stream caring about those like I am, so we're gonna get out of them. But I wanted to mention that they're there. I'm really excited about that. All this booth down here. Look at
Yeah,
look at is this Boucher or Boucher or I don't know how to say this company. They've got this whole extra thing over here.
it's probably. I would assume it's Boucher. They are French. I'm looking at their website, acoustic guitars, and I can't read anything on the website
Yeah.
because it is all in French.
So, fishy fish. Someday I'll go to NAMM, but I don't feel like I need to go anymore. I have cured my gas for the moment. It's not why you go to NAMM. I Going to NAMM is about talking about guitars with all your friends in person. It's a live stream, but in person, and then you get drunk after.
Jeez, you're
That's
not
NAMM.
wrong.
Right. I dared. I was gonna dare you to tell me I was wrong. I'm
I am
curious.
gonna I'm gonna put this out here now.
Uh huh.
Um, my NAM scenario right now is looking a little dicey. I am
Uh
taking the
oh.
time off,
Yeah.
but it's gonna depend on where what's going on with the kids.
Oh man, I
Like
got it.
how many days I end up doing.
Oh, I get you. That
I'm
makes sense.
pretty sure I'm going to do it, but there is a small chance that I will just be going during the day, a couple days or something.
I get
But
it.
who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
Who
It's
knows?
2 months out. I don't want to commit to
Yeah.
anything
Lots
too
of
hard.
things can happen. Um, Strymon. I'm curious about the Strymon booth. This is a big booth, so I'm assuming that means they're actually doing a booth. You know, last year they just
Yeah.
had a meetup space.
No, I've been told they're actually doing a booth. They did a booth before. I mean,
Uh huh.
in the exact same spot. Um, so yeah, I think this is in line with um, what they've done in the past.
Nice. So going up north a little bit, I'm assuming it's north. I don't know. Up on the map.
It's
Um,
up. I don't
yeah,
think
it's up.
anything's.
You
Maybe
got
it's north.
we got exotic effects and guitars.
Hmm.
There's a demo room. There's like a 10 by 10 designated for a demo room. It's the only demo room I see. A 10 by 10 for all of the basement. That's it.
Well, I mean, you don't just play it in your booth. I don't know. Like Strymon, obviously now with the Iridium, they're not. Well, does the Iridium have a headphone?
I think it does. I think it does have a headphone out.
Yeah. So yeah, it has a headphone output. So every single pedal in their booth is going to be running through an Iridium.
Look at
You
this
know,
show
so
off.
Telecaster. I want a
Just
Telecaster.
showing off in the Caribbean. Oh my gosh.
You know.
Anyway. So, also, I find this pairing interesting right here. Arturia, two notes, and Pearl musical instruments.
Who is Pearl Music? Like the drum
Yeah,
people,
because
or
right,
not?
yeah, I'm pretty sure they're the. I'm assuming that because you got Remo two booths over.
Ah, okay.
All right, let's see. Eventide, like you said. Uh,
No, okay. Move up to the 1640. Okay, I see. It's all the way at the top. Just go all the way to the top. I have a lot of questions about this.
okay,
Just keep going. Keep going.
keep
You're not
going.
there yet.
Oh, really?
Keep going.
Wait, I'm at the top of the map.
Why does Aeroband have a city block?
They have a 30 by 20 booth. They have a 30 by 20 booth.
I mean, like, I know why. I think I know what they're going to be doing. I don't know why they're doing it.
Why? Yeah, why?
I guarantee you they are going to have the Aeroband guitar, the pocket drum thing, and they're going to be doing like live performances.
Oh, no.
They're going to I mean that's the only reason to have a booth that big.
I guess so. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a whole lot.
It's real dumb.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's
I
kind of
can't wait
dumb.
I want to like I don't have filming plans yet. I have a
Yeah.
cameraman. I have a camera operator, because we're not only is RJ doing our shorts and stuff right now,
Yeah, he
but
told me
we
you
I
roped him into being cameraman for NAMM.
oh he, yeah, not exactly, but I told him if I got him a NAMM badge that he would have to do some work for us.
Oh, I got you.
Um, and
That's what I
so it's
need. I need a cameraman. Anybody want to come be my cameraman for NAMM or camera woman? That'd be great.
get
I have nothing to pay you, but I can get you a badge.
so basically the film to get is you got to convince Henning to go talk to the Arrow Band guys and then film it.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Mullet Train wants to know what the Arrow Band is. The Arrow Band guitar is a lot of things. Um, I don't know that I would like calling it a toy for 7-year-olds to pretend to play guitar is it's $430.
Yep.
Their whole thing is like it's it's silicone strings, so they try to like promote it as like, oh, this is a way to it's introduction to guitar, or it's guitar for people with carpal tunnel syndrome. but
Never goes out of
also
tune.
but also there's MIDI support and there's all of these different things and whatever. But the problem is there's still really big questions about whether or not the product even works.
Yeah, exactly. That's the big thing.
RJ, I put the video out like 3 months ago. What are you talking about?
You put a video out 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Steve did indeed release NAMM content. I know this for a fact. Yeah, exactly. The Aeroband is almost a PlayStation guitar. Almost. Anyway, that's enough airtime for Aeroband. Uh, let's see. There's a company called the Iron Cage. Like
What is
some
the
of
Iron
these,
Cage?
I don't know, and I do not want to look it up. I'm not putting that into my algorithm.
It sounds like a drum thing.
Yeah. So
I'm
like
looking it up.
lots of international companies. Desmond's Tiki Tube Amps is a company. This is my favorite part of NAMM. Like, yeah, everybody cares about Gibson, Fender, and Taylor, and Martin, and PRS. I care about whole grain digital systems. What the hell is that?
Yeah, Iron oh, Iron Cage mount.
Oh,
They're good wall hangers. They're
okay.
like the wall hangers that have like 4 arms.
They're these. Look at the screen,
Yeah, they
Steve.
sell on
Is that
eBay.
it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I've seen them there. They've been at NAMM before.
That's awesome. That's fine. Copperhead custom guitars, string theory basses. I mean, like, the basement is gonna be a weird place.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be weird. It's gonna be wonderful. I'm probably gonna spend way too much time down here. Um,
Uh okay, so I talked about 920D.
uh huh.
920D is next to a company called Thumbfin, and I was like, what the hell is Thumbfin? Thumbfin is exactly what you think it might be.
Oh
It
gosh.
is a 3D printed thumb rest for bass that's got it's a thumb rest on suction cups, so you can put your thumb rest wherever you want.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Solving
if you
problems.
have a matte finish instrument, you can buy contact paper so you can put the this thumb rest thing onto a matted finish. Like it's kind of like that's exactly NAMM floor. Uh, Black Ice Overdrive has a booth.
Yeah. I which booth is that one? What's the number?
It's right across from 920. It's 1641.
Wait, where is 920 actually? Like I don't see it.
It is where it says Innovator Showcase.
Yeah.
The one, okay, go up. Sorry, it says Innovator Showcase too many different places. So
Yeah, it does.
if you find Aeroband, and then you go down, And then you go down like 2 rows. So, like down, there's uh
Do you mean 1920?
Cordonero. It's 1542,
Oh, 1542. Gotcha. That's what I needed. Here we
920D.
go. 1542. 920D custom. Gotcha. You said 920. That's the company. I was looking for booth
Oh
920.
no, 920D is the 920D, the pit guard people.
Yeah, yeah. So let's get out of the basement for a minute because we're gonna just bore everyone to tears. But so here's the rest of the floor. Like there's still a pedal showcase,
Yeah,
like
always.
huge pedal area, Hotone audio, rev amps that are gonna be too loud like before. Um, it's
Well,
fine.
the Rev Amps is only too loud because of that asshole with the violin who goes over there and plays for half an hour every day.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like a reveille every morning.
I
Um,
my one of my favorite, I forgot about this until you mentioned how loud Rev is. One of my favorite things last year was being over talking to the Rev guys, and they're like, "Have you seen the violin dude?" And we're like, "No." And while we're having the conversation, the violin dude shows up and plugs in and starts playing. And um and he says, he goes, "Yeah, the dude shows up and plays for half an hour, and like his dad or whatever is his manager, and he just comes over and like talks about like when are you gonna hook us up and whatever this whole time." And it's like, dude, your guy's just coming in here and like using our booth for his daily practice.
right. What the heck?
Yeah,
Yeah. There
it was rough.
it can get weird. It can get really weird at NAMM. We know that, right?
Like go play some other
Right.
gear.
There's lots of other amp companies out there. Go over to the orange booth and see if they go with that shenanigans. Um,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of cool bare knuckle pickups has a massive booth.
Usually they're on the wall, so that's interesting.
Yeah. Um, then of course like you got the big Ernie Ball. Here's the big Marshall booth. Um, Tajima and Sir, because those are companies I think of when I think of each other. Um,
Hmm. Of course.
yeah. It. So I've only ever been to last year's NAMM. This is way
Right.
bigger. This is way bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
The
obviously
fact
bigger.
that they opened up a whole other floor, um, you know, you just went past Marshall Group.
Yep.
Uh, of course, Martin's always had a big booth. That's a massive booth for Marshall. Um,
Yeah. And then of
I
course,
don't.
what is Hoshino? What is Hoshino? What do they distribute?
Uh, sorry, I didn't intend to blow into it.
No,
I
you're fine.
forget, and apparently their website doesn't work.
Hoshino USA is a warehouse in Bensalem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's Ibanez.
Ibanez. It's Ibanez. Okay.
Ibanez, Tama,
So that's a
Drum. So
massive.
those are the main two things. So yeah, they're always on here as Hoshino, but it's actually Ibanez, which is right next to Ernie Ball.
Mullet Train is
Um,
mocking us for not knowing that. I don't know. I'm not an Ibanez guy. I don't know this. I will try to remember it now since you mocked me for it. Of course, TV Jones and Gretsch next to each other. Their typical situation.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then of course the giant Korg, Aguilar, Audient, Black Star, Dark Glass, Spectre, Tanglewood, Vox booth.
Did they
Um,
have that last year though?
yeah, they did. Well, oh, me and
No,
Ryan, me and Ryan
because we
talked to the guys there for a while.
because I only ever went to the Vox part of it. I didn't even
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
process the rest of it.
I love that
Um,
Synchrony has a booth.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, you think about it, right? Like Synchrony is a really useful fit because you have all of the people walking
Yeah,
around that are like store owners who
they want to be able to
probably
offer financing. Yeah, that makes sense.
exactly. Um, this is like we're going through like the main floor space.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hall D,
Look at how
Hall A B C D.
look at all this. I'm looking over. Of course, I know you don't really care. I like to go over to the pro audio section as well
Why?
because
I'm
because
just
I
kidding.
because I like pro audio.
The
I
like
need some new monitors bad.
oh that pro. I'm looking at where you're at on the map. That pro audio,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then of course
Where
like
you got Shure, you
yeah, you got
got
Shure Sennheiser. You got radials over here in this section somewhere. This is where warm audio is as well, by the way.
Warm Audio has
A lot.
3 booths all in the same booth space.
Yeah.
That's and it looks like they're gonna have pedals in Delicious Audio.
Oh, are they
One of
really?
the
Is that where they're going to put the pedals?
excuse me. That's
It's
what
a
it looks
lot.
like.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, Sure's the big one over there. Sennheiser is probably I'm assuming they're on a side room
oh
somewhere.
yeah, yeah, they
But I
almost
don't
always
see
are because
them.
they end up with a at least they did last year. They were on like an edge because they use some of these showcase rooms to hold lectures and talks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I don't know where they are exactly. There'll be a bunch. Y'all will get way more NAMM content than you really want, but we're
Oh,
gonna bring it to you anyway.
Sennheiser's not. Sennheiser's over in a different
What?
room entirely with like all of the PA people.
Oh, they went in the they're in the PA section.
So
Gotcha.
they're at Allen near Allen and Heath,
Yeah.
Tascam. Uh,
I think I'm there's almost always somebody doing it at NAMM. I think I'm gonna get molds for in ears done this year.
oh, cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna finally
yeah.
do it. What about
You
what?
let's see. You Ultimate Ears is usually doing it. 64 sometimes does it. But Ultimate Ear does the 3D thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Baron Behringer would not be blacklisted. I do not know. It does look like they have a booth. Yeah, Music Tribe. So
Yep,
Aston, Behringer, Bugera, Cool Audio, Clark Technic, so on and so forth. They own so many things. Oh
they
yeah,
really do.
that's where TC Electronics is.
And Midas, of course. And wait, isn't it supposed to be TC Electronic?
I never know.
It's TC Electronic. They got it wrong on the NAMM map.
Or Behringer got it, doesn't even know the name of their own company.
So I'm gonna go back to us. We're gonna get off this map.
Well, hold on.
Oh,
You
what
didn't
you
even
got?
get
What
to
you
the
got?
best part of the map,
Oh,
dude.
the best part. The best part. Let's go.
Level two. Level two sucks. Level two's whatever. Well, level two doesn't suck. Taylor is on level two. Bond Audio is up on level two now, which is D'Angelico Pictronic Supro.
Ooh,
That's kind of interesting. PV, but PV sucks.
the
Uh,
PV
P,
room last year was so sad.
but who cares about level two? Level three,
Level 3. Okay.
room 303. So scroll up on your thing here.
303. Fender Musical Instruments Corporation meeting
Fender
rooms.
Musical Instruments Corporation. It might only be meeting rooms. We'll see. We'll see if that
Well,
whole
no,
space
I
become
doubt
is
it.
only meeting rooms.
I think
But
they've got their meeting rooms plus all this other stuff.
yeah,
Um,
probably. My guess is the 2 far rooms
uh-huh.
are meeting rooms, and the 2 ones closer to the entrance are going to be show space. Um, I thought
So, hold on. I
I
want to talk
thought
about
Gibbs. I heard Gibson was going to be back. It does not look like they are actually back. I was told Paul Reed Smith was going to be back. It does not look like they are actually
I
back.
have been told they're both back as well. They are just not on this map.
Okay, well,
So,
when you
we'll
look
see.
for PRS, you get Delicious Audio Stompbox booth.
Oh, that's sad. That's not good.
Well, because they supply all the guitars
So I want to
for
talk
that.
about this comment from Max Max. Oh, great.
Yeah,
Line 6 in on the third floor. They must be showing the new Helix too. Not necessarily. They were on the third floor last year because they're in the big Yamaha room.
yeah.
And the big Yamaha room has everything Yamaha. Well, not dirt bikes and saxophones, but actually, I do think there were saxophones last year. Um, they put
Yeah,
all of their
no, they
stuff in
do.
that. They
They
put
have it all in
everything
there.
in that room. So, um, yeah, so Yamaha owns all these brands. This is all just one big company taking this space. Plus the middle. So it's like last year they had like Prince's piano, I think.
Hmm.
And like one of his outfits, and it was a big ordeal. It was a big thing. Yamaha
Mullet
goes hard.
Mullet Train says that any one of these booths may be the next big revolutionary product that will be overlooked, ridiculed, and forgotten, like the jellyfish pick.
100. I tried to buy a jellyfish pick recently. I did. I wanted one. Um, I I cannot find one to buy. Oh wait, maybe Musician's Friend still has them. There's a few on Reverb. Nope, not there. Let me see if I can go back here. Reverb. Somebody has one. I wanted it.
Samurai Guitarist called it the worst guitar product ever made. Landon Bailey also called it the worst guitar product ever made.
I want one. I want to try one. So if anybody has one, I will buy it from you. Not don't jack the price up. I'm not gonna buy it for some stupid price. But if I find one, I'll buy one.
I heard that they worked as intended. The problem is that if you use them, as a regular part of your routine, eventually the tines would start breaking off.
Well, yeah, it's basically a mold around like short lengths of guitar string is really
Yeah.
all it is. So anyway, we spent a half hour on NAMM. I think that's good.
Did we cover it?
No, we didn't. We're gonna cover it though.
Are we
So
though?
I mean, we are. We are. It's fine. So, Steve, anything new? Obviously, you talk about this on the podcast, but uh, anything you're really excited about that's come out? Because y'all don't cover news on the podcast.
Um, I don't know. Is there news? I don't follow Guitar World News.
Nothing? Like, no gear
No.
releases? Like, so much gear has come out.
Moo Clark, I did want to address this. Ryan's bass skin tone is pink.
Yeah, 100%.
So Ryan does. I don't whether or not Ryan uses sunscreen. I can't tell you, but Ryan's base skin tone is pink. So that's why he looks burnt all the time because that is his natural skin tone.
Yeah. Also,
Is pink.
Ryan is not here. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know. Is there gear news? Here's the gear news I want to cover. Um,
Okay. I'm going to be pulling it up. Oh, that
we talked about the.
exasperated sigh. That was the. I don't know if I even want to talk about this sigh.
I actually don't. Well, it's like it's a lot of shade throwing.
Okay, I got you.
So
Well
maybe I
then,
don't want to do it.
okay, let's save the shade then. Um, let's talk about something else. What else is y'all tell us? What else has come out that you're really excited about? Um, I
Nothing. There's no gear coming out that I'm excited about. Y'all
really
tell me what I should be excited about, please, because I don't
I
even know what's coming out.
you're not excited about anything.
That's true. I
I
don't
no,
get
I'm
excited.
asking. That's a question. I bought one of the. It's not here yet. Um, I bought the Mythos Big Puffed. Did you see
Oh yeah,
those?
yeah.
I'm waiting for it to get here. Um, I'm real excited about this one. Uh, it is sold out. I doubt I get a hat. Um, so let's see. Here we go.
Because are you just getting one?
No, I bought it. I paid for it.
Oh, okay.
Um, Now, what happened is I knew that at launch time I wasn't going to be able to be online, and so I did
Hmm.
message Zach, and he put one out of inventory for me, but I did pay for it. Um, so I'm real excited about this. Uh, I don't normally like big muffs, but this is like different enough that I'm really excited about it.
Right.
Also, I did hold one of the enclosures. I know this is a stupid thing to be excited about, but you know how flimsy the Big Muff enclosure is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
All of
super
the
thin.
all of the large format EHX pedals are kind of like that,
Yeah,
right?
I could stand on this one.
Oh, nice.
It's amazing.
It
It's great.
looks, looking at pictures of it, I mean, it looks pretty intense.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a cool hat.
Yeah, yeah. So like there was a themed hat that goes along with it if you were like one of the first 50. That's like a
Mm,
Ghostbusters themed hat.
yeah.
I don't think I'm getting the hat.
And the
So,
little like print, I always like, I don't open my pedals a lot to read like the things that the builders write in there and whatever, but I do appreciate that they do it. And of course the PCBs on this one, the one for the
the
LED and
Switch.
switch says, "Are you the gatekeeper?"
Yeah.
And the main board is "The Traveler Has Come," which of course is a reference to Gozer the Gozerian.
It's definitely just good. Um Steve, here's
Yes,
one that Coyote Star wants to talk about, the new Laurie Basilio distortion pedal. JHS.
I I don't think I have enough information here to actually have a take. And I know Laurie Basilio exists. I know Laurie Basilio has a signature Ibanez guitar, and then I tried to listen to her music and I fell asleep.
Well, it is kind of calming. I like her music. The little bit I've listened to. Um I think this pedal is it sounds like a good distortion pedal. I mean, just to me,
Right,
but I
right,
also feel like it's so similar. It's so similar to the hard drive that they had to post a video explaining the difference between this and the
right.
hard
I
drive.
did see that. I did see that. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't intending to like knock on like super talented, but also
Yeah.
kind of making like elevator
She
jazz
yeah,
kind of a
she's in that
thing. You
crop
know,
that's making the instrumental guitar music that sounds like it's hold music.
it's where Tim Henson is going to be in 10 years.
You're not
Nothing wrong
wrong.
with like I can't
No.
do it.
It's where I look. I'm gonna get a lot of ire. It's where I think about half of Eric Johnson's catalog is. I love Eric Johnson and I love a lot of his tunes, but a lot of them I could just go, eh. It sounds like instrumental guitar music. He's an incredible guitar player. I will never play on his level, but it just is what it is. Instrumental guitar gets really boring to me really fast. I really like
No,
this
I
black
agree.
I really like this black colorway, by the way, of the violet.
I like,
Really,
and the
really
graphic is
like
really
this.
smart, I think.
Yes, it's
Um,
really good. It's really, really good.
yeah.
This is some of the best aesthetics I've seen from JHS pedals. I'm normally not a big fan of their aesthetic, to be honest. So, anyway, um, there was some more. Uh, there was some more. I can't get his name. Jack White. There was another Jack White signature pedal.
Another one?
Yes,
What's the
there's a
new
new
one?
one. It is the I can never keep the knife drop. So the knife drop is an Eventide collaboration.
Oh, interesting.
It is an octave fuzz, it's octave fuzz synth. So Keeley
That seems
Octosi.
really that's like really seems unique for what Eventide's been doing with pedals otherwise,
Uh huh. This is
which is
very
not very
outside their
much.
wheelhouse. This is outside what I expect to see from them.
Wait, what the hell?
Oh, I still have Coyote's comment on the screen. Mullet Train, you're right. It feels like Jack White's gone full corporate, like full on, like slash levels of. So this site that I got this, I'm gonna manipulate the site for a little bit so you can see this, Steve. I wish could do. I don't know how to do the screen side by sides. Let me see if I can do
Mm-hmm.
that. No, no, I can't. Anyway, so I got this from the Third Man Records site, right? So look
Yeah.
at all of the Jack White signature stuff.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
Oh my gosh. There's so many.
Yeah,
He has
Noise
a
Bloom's
Jack White Holy Board pedal board.
Noise Bloom's calling me out a little. I will admit, like, I don't look at probably just don't know enough about their effects pedals in general. I'm thinking more of like the H90 type things. And when you could do compare the knife drop to like the other, like the Triceratops and whatever, it does line up a little
Yeah.
more. Um, but I don't really understand. I'm trying to figure out what the hell exactly the knife drop is doing.
Yeah. I don't know. I've only heard about it. I haven't listened to it. I do love Octave Fuzz. The synth thing isn't really my jam, but oh, I was told that RJ's gonna switch teams and he's gonna film me for a six pack. You got it, dude.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know what it does. I haven't heard it yet, but I know it exists and it's $300. So I'm not buying it. Um, I'm not a stranger to expensive pedals, obviously, but like I just I it's not something I would use, so I'm not dropping $300 on it, especially after I just bought a new computer.
Yeah. Um,
Very
yeah,
synthy.
$300.
Lo-fi Washroom says it is very synthy. So, um, Jack White has to make a more affordable amp for players. Agreed. I'm gonna follow Steve's lead, not throw a lot of shade. I did play the I got to play the Pano Verb
Hmm.
in a Guitar Center Platinum room, and so I got to turn it up. I was the only one in there. Well, me and another buddy of mine. We turned it up and cranked it, and it sounds killer. But I'm gonna be a little. I don't trust Fender PCB amps. I don't trust them.
Right.
And it's just I've seen too many failed PCBs. I finally got to see the internals of this amp. It is PCB mounted tube sockets, PCB mounted potentiometers and jacks, and it's a lot of PCBs in there. You can make a great PCB amp. It's not like you can't make a great amp that uses them, but it is. It costs you $7 more to not PCB mount the tubes, and you're going to make a much more
Right.
reliable amp. So, as much as I adore this amp, I won't be getting one. I won't even be considering one. Um, and if I want stereo harmonic trim, I'll use the Keeley Zoma and use 2 amps. It'll be fine.
Yeah. It's hmm, having a thought. I don't know. We talked about this offline before and it kind of
Uh huh.
feels like one of these sort of yeah, you're going to spend I don't know what I guess at the $3,000 price point maybe every amp should be a lifer, you
Yeah,
know.
I think if you
And
spend three
that's
thousand
probably the
dollars,
problem.
yeah, if you spend 3 grand or more on an amp, it should be an amp that you never have to worry about it breaking down. And if it does break down, you should be able to take it to any old amp tech and be able to fix it.
Right. Right. Cuz I know I'm thinking like 20, 15, 20 years ago, the whole thing was that you could get all of these 70s silver plate fenders for uh, under uh under 2 grand or whatever, and then it was you get it cheap, and then the first thing you do is you take it to get the filter caps replaced. Like that's standard,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
replacement. And I do know from what I've seen, I think you sent me the pictures of the inside of the pano. uh all of the components that you would need to get replaced are off of the main board.
Yeah, that's
um
true.
But there is, to your point, like the whole potential issue with,
Tube sockets.
um, yeah,
It's
with the tube
it's
sockets and
the
whatnot.
smallest thing. I will be much more comfortable with a PCB amp if you don't mount the tube sockets on a PCB and you use good ceramic tube sockets. And then
Right.
PCB everything else. PCB things that never have tension placed on them, right?
Right. Scientific uppercut. I mean, I think that's the point. He says if I'm spending 3K, I'll have someone build me a custom one.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean,
And
what's
as someone who has several amps that are more than 3K, I that's exactly the right way to look at it though. At $3,000, actually at $3,000 for an amp, I'm buying a vintage Fender because
yeah,
I'd rather spend $3,000 on a mid 60s deluxe reverb or maybe a little bit more on a mid 60s Vibrolux reverb and have something super reliable, something that there are oodles of resources on how to repair them if anything ever goes wrong. Everybody knows everything about them. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it.
well, and I think, for better or worse, I'm looking at different things. A Milkman Creamer 20 watts is $3,500, so it's
Right.
in kind of the same ballpark. Um,
So Tiki
but
Tiki Flamingo says they picked up a Silverface Twin for $700. That's a literal flex because you got to work out to pick up a Silverface Twin. Um,
I think there's a RJ asked what computer you bought. I
oh,
don't know if you saw that.
the M4 Pro Mac Mini, RJ. So going as big boy as I can with a Mac Mini.
But yeah, I think there's something to it too as we look at uh these prices, and I haven't priced Fender amps in a while, and so maybe I know that they've gone up in price,
Yeah.
and that is kind of a problem for them because let's see, let's sort high to low. I'm on the Fender site. The custom twin amp, $3,800. The Panos 3K. Uh, a 64 custom Princeton reverb is 3K. Uh, is the 64 custom, is that wired? Is any of this stuff hand wired? I don't. They say it's the
The 64 Custom
64 custom is hand
is
wired.
hand wired. Yes.
Now I guess, is it that you can hand wire on a PCB technically?
Yeah, technically you can,
Uh,
and that's not my problem. Again, that's not my biggest issue with them. My biggest issue, if they had taken the tubes and probably the jacks off of the
mhm.
PCB, I would care way less.
Sure, you're looking at the stress points on the PCB. I'm just
Yep.
thinking about it, um,
Because where's the
in
first
in
place that
terms.
breaks on a Hot Rod Deluxe? First place every
Right,
time.
it's the two plates, and also like they don't dissipate heat well.
No, they
So
don't.
they overheat in the tube cracks or the PCB cracks. Um, yeah, as far as I know, RJ says, you know what's up. That's fine. As far as I know, you're not trying to get 300 frames per second in Counter Strike, so I'm pretty sure Mac Mini won't do that.
It's true. I haven't turned my gaming PC on in like 9 months. I
I
don't.
need
I
to
don't.
turn my gaming PC off and actually do things that are productive. But
That's the other. By the way, that's the other reason I like not gaming on this computer is I'm not tempted to play freaking Fallout 4 for the 4 billionth time. Um,
I'm at I so I'm doing my first playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2,
oh,
which is a
nice.
6-year-old game, but like I just, it was finally on sale on Steam,
I've never played
and
it. How is it? How are you enjoying it?
it's great. I love it. But I'm at like the 90% complete mark, and I'm still
Oh,
doing uh like I'm still in the main game. But I'm also at the point where I'm like delaying ending the game. I'm running around and doing all of the, like,
yeah.
you know, collect 3 perfect rabbit
The
kills.
the busy
Collect
work.
collect all of the leaves on the tree. It's like just
God,
nonsense.
I hate it.
Nonsense achievement things. But
Tiki Flamingo, is it feel okay to feel sad? I once walked into my studio and realized my amp had been on for a weekend. So it it happens. Most good amps should be fine. because you're not even really stressing the tubes if you're not playing through it. Yeah, they're
Right.
warm, but they're not really getting worked, so you're fine. Uh, but I understand. I understand the sadness. Steve, I started playing. I'm not a completionist with most games. I just want the
Hmm.
storyline. Um, I picked up uh, Jedi Fallen Order on
Yeah.
Thursday or Friday, and I got it because actually I was looking for a new game. I'd gotten really bored playing through Starfield for the fourth time. Waiting, I've already played through the DLC twice.
Right.
It just came out, but I I was looking for something and I saw Jedi Survivor, right?
Right. Which is
And
the newer, the
right,
like sequel. Right.
exactly. But I'd never played Fallen Order. And Fallen Order was
Hmm.
free on Xbox Game Pass. So I got that and I finished it last night. So I've already finished it. I can't tell you the last time that I started playing a game and finished it within 3 days.
Oh wow.
That game is so good. It is so extremely good. I can't wait to play Survivor now. It helps that I've been sick and haven't really been able to do anything else. But
Sure. Sure. I have this. It's not a topic. Do they not sell? Oh, there it is. Oh, and the DC-10. So I never processed this before
okay,
until kind of right now. We're gonna share this.
all right.
I'm gonna share a window. Oh, that's dangerous. Um, trying to figure out how I want to share this. Oh, I can share this window, I guess.
Yeah, you should be able to share a tab specifically.
Well, I
Uh,
don't want to. I don't want to share the tab. Um, okay, cool, perfect. But I did want to look at this. So I never realized before why the Chalk's DC-7 is the perfect power supply.
dude, it's so good.
Uh, until and I'll use the Strymon Zuma as an
Uh huh.
example, but I could even use Chalk's own thing. I went to put together a pedal board the other day
Uh huh.
and ran into a problem where I don't have a way to mount the power supply underneath the board
Oh, okay.
because if I mount the pedal board or if I mount the thing all the way underneath the board, basically all of the power output plugs are blocked on a pedal
Right.
train, or at least on this particular pedal train, they're all blocked. So I
Yeah.
can't.
And they're
I
not,
need a
and you don't even have right angles, so you
yeah.
can't.
So I either need a way to float it, or I need a way to, even if you had right angles, you'd have to right angle everything, and then you're gonna lift your there's just no way to do it with even with right angle cables, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So the thing that didn't realize until I pulled it back out, because I was like, how the hell did I mount a DC-7 to the bottom of a PC Junior
yeah.
or a PT Junior? I don't remember having to change the way to do any sort of floating or anything. All of the inputs and outputs on a DC-7 are on the sides.
Yeah.
You look at this picture here. Now the wild thing about this is I was like, wow, that's really smart. Um, so then I go
They
and
don't
look
even
over
do it
here.
on all of theirs.
They don't. The chocolate is the same setup. The DC-10 is the same setup. It's only these the 7. The Soul is new, or newer, I think. I'm not familiar with it. The 8 expander is that way. So
Click
it's
on
the
the soul.
small ones that have that. All of the big ones are still facing out and are going to have this mounting problem. So all that being said, oh, I did not intend to close that, but
So
um,
here, I'll add myself back in
I
here.
did want to stop sharing. So all that being said is I put um, everything together, and this is the problem I ran into. One, I don't have a way to power it without doing some modification, so I will have to figure out possibly some modification in the long run.
Yeah. I
I thought the pedal train PT1 would fit 12 square pedals. It does not.
Oh no.
I thought I could fit another pedal here, but it won't fit. So that sucks. And I think
That's
at 10 pedals and that in that format, you can fit 10 pedals in that format on a PT Junior. So I might be moving that PT1 concept back to a PT Junior, and both of my PT Juniors already have power supplies on them. So it's
I
kind of a
use
bummer,
I
but
use the Metro 24s and the Nano for most. So I currently have 4 boards set up.
mhm.
One is my base board. It's on a Nano Plus. Um, then I have my big board, which is on a flat style Gator G Tour board. That's where I have my. I use the Eventide Power Max, which is the same thing as a DC7.
Yeah,
It's the same
yeah.
thing. It's just rebranded for Eventide. Um, so I use that, but it's on top. And the thing I love about them is that it's thin enough that I can actually stack another pedal on top of it and not have to worry about
Mm,
space. Um, that's what I like about it on a flat board. So I've actually got the Mercury X mounted on top of it.
right.
Is that how I have it? No, no, no. I had to change that because the Mercury X is actually a little tall. I have the Geckoplex mounted on top of it.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
so it still fits in the hard case like that. But for things like the Metro 24, so I've got this board, which is the two it's two Chase Bliss automatones and the HX effects with
That is
exactly
ridiculous.
with a power mini powering the whole thing.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Do you is that do you have the power combined for
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 the
the
for the
HXFX?
Yep, that's it. I had to combine 2 outlets for the HX effects, and then the others power each individually. But then also, so I have a second uh, Metro 24. I really like the Metro 24. The main reason is I already have a hard case for it, so I can just buy more just plain Metro 24s, and I don't need a case or anything.
Mhm.
Um, but this is the board that I've been setting up recently. I have to unplug it to pick it up, so hold on. And you'll see there's still some mess here, but this is the board I just recently set up.
Right, right, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it got the 2 silk tones over here, tuner. Right here is going to be the Mythos Argonaut, the octave, so I can
Okay.
have octave fuzz without having an actual octave fuzz. And then I've got the Keeley, Zoma, the Halo, and then the Mythos Fates. All
Hmm.
of this, all 7 pedals, even because I've already got the cable run for it. Once the Argonaut gets here, is powered by a Eventide Power Mini. Because these
Jeez.
two, these
You
two
can run.
can
Yeah,
can run off of a daisy chain. Because they're analog. Like
yeah.
analog pedals are fine most of the time off a daisy chain. So, um,
That's how I run 10 pedals off of a DC7 is I only run the digital pedals
yeah,
isolated.
yeah, exactly. Actually, I take that back. I did have to power the fuzz on its own. I think I have the tuner and this one daisy
Oh,
chained.
okay. I've had problems pairing tuners before, but I haven't tried it with a Pearson.
I haven't had an issue yet. The last outlet that I've got, which is this little cable right here, that's gonna
Hmm.
go for the Argonaut when it gets here. We'll see if I get noise then. But right now I have no noise. But this has an internal polarity flipper because it's a germanium fuzz, so it's NPN PNP. I don't know. I don't make pedals, y'all. But yeah, I love I love the little the Chalks. I guess it's the DC4 if you buy the Chalks version. Um, so yeah, Moo Clark. I play with other people. I don't have my own band really anymore. I do some cover gigs. I do event gigs. I do like weddings and stuff like that. I don't really do any original music right now. Although I'm trying to
Yeah.
fix that.
Um, I wanted to double back because
Yeah.
RJ asked me this question yesterday. I don't know the answer. but maybe you have some with your now recently deceased two notes.
Yeah.
How do they handle dirt pedals if you're trying to like go direct and whatnot? And I'm gonna give you that, and I'm gonna step off for a minute because I need to go check on something.
Sure. So as far as with the I'll switch to just me here for just a second. Um, with fuzzes, dirt pedals into the two notes or direct things, I actually think it works way better than clean. I don't like the clean tones through direct captures. I'm trying a few different methods now, trying to find what's going to work for me now that my two notes torpedo is DOA. It is dead. Although I got reached out to yesterday by the U.S. Market guy for two notes, and he's going to work with me. We're going to figure something out. So I may get it repaired or get a new one. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think drives and fuzzes and all that works great. I don't like the clean sounds through them so far. I need to try. I need to try more. Um, Michael Kraus, the Argo is the copy of the Clean Octave Blend. Not copy, it's his take on it. I have mine around here somewhere because I was playing it. Oh, it's way back there. Um, I love that pedal, but I don't like it as an only fuzz on the board pedal. It's to me, it needs some other stuff to really do what it does, and I think that's sort of part of the Cobb circuit. It works really well going into an overdrive or with another fuzz. I don't know that I love it standalone. The Argonaut is the mini pedal that is just the octave from the Argo. And so you can pair it with an overdrive or a fuzz and create an octave fuzz. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use it with the silk tone fuzz so that I have the octave sounds available of an octave fuzz without having to have a separate octave fuzz on the board. Um, Sorry, y'all. I don't mean to sound so exasperated because I'm just sick. Welcome back, Steve.
I'm back. Yeah, so this is doubling back a little. This is the
Yeah.
power supply I wanted to mount, and these are very low uh
Yeah, they are.
input
Oh my
outputs.
gosh.
So
Which one is that? What is that?
this is the Anasounds potassium,
Oh, gotcha.
or is it the K plus? I don't know. I think it's
I
the
don't know.
potassium. I choose to call it the potassium at this time.
I gotcha. You
And it's
mess.
like it's also funny because it's like it's got, a really nice uh you know etching up
Yeah.
here, and it's pretty wood, whatever, and I'm just gonna mount it to the bottom of the thing, never to be seen again.
Yeah, like I don't understand making power supplies pretty if I'm just gonna mount them underneath. So Steve, I did get reached out to by the U.S. Rep for two notes, the U.S. guy for
Oh,
two
good.
notes, and so I don't know what that means. I emailed them really late last night, early this morning, however you want to look at it.
Hmm.
Um, Thanks to John Hurley from Third Power Amps for making that connection for me. So um, we'll see if things get wrapped up, what they do, if they want to try to fix this or what they want to do to try to make it work for me. But
Yeah.
um, to be honest, I don't want this to be like a knock. I probably need to make a post about it later. I was just really sad about it last night or yesterday. I don't want it to be a knock on two notes. I bought this secondhand, and I think it was busted when I got it. Um, because there's always been like a high end crinkle, like staticky feeling in the high end, and I thought I was using it wrong. And
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't have a lot of time to mess with it, and so it sat on a shelf for a while. I'd pull it out every now and again and then just get frustrated with it and then put it away. Well, then I brought it out again because I'm looking to do more demo stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I was still having issues. So I spent a lot of time setting it up, making sure it's correct, doing everything the right way, and then I talked to someone who was having similar issues, and they said, "Oh yeah, mine turned out to be faulty hardware." I was like, "Well, crap." That's when I contacted Two Notes to start the process of seeing what's going on, and they basically just confirmed, yes, that's just faulty hardware. And so, I don't know. It's frustrating, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of it's kind of tricky. I get the whole not being in warranty thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the I don't know what like the go-to thing is now. And obviously this is also a product that is like what how much is a cap is it Captor
It's like
X?
yeah, it's like 5.99 new. I think they're on sale right now for like 5.39.
599.
Yeah.
Jeez. So that's I guess where uh you know it's tricky to make this comparison. Years ago, um I got I'll go grab it real quick.
Okay. I will talk while he goes and grabs things. Um, I am hoping they'll be able to fix it though, because I really don't want to have to buy like a big unit.
So this pedal, this is a Proco
Oh
Rat
yeah,
2. This is like the original run LM380 Rat 2, right?
yeah.
Um oh, Hugh and Snarky both showed up at like the same time, or
I
at least
know.
started put up in the chat at the same
I'm
time.
just
That's
saying
fun.
I've never seen them in the same room though together. So
So this is like an original or at least an older era Rat 2. This has passed through several hands. I don't know who the original owner was.
uh huh.
It wasn't me. But I got this basically this was like in a closet or in the back of an amp or something at my church. So it
Gotcha.
belonged to somebody who moved along. And they and it wasn't working and various things were done to try to make it work. The I think the switch wasn't mounted properly or something wasn't mounted. Like it maybe it was just missing a screw or something. Or not a screw, a washer. But when you would push on the button, the whole it would like push down on the PCB. So somebody actually opened it
Oh.
up. And I don't remember if this was one of our modifications to try to fix or somebody else's, but they took the casing from a 22 and used that to prop the PCB, right? Um, and there were some other issues like the switch wasn't working and some other issues that we just couldn't figure out. So so one of our friends had it early long time friend of ours of mine and Ryan's Adam tried to do his sort of modifications to the thing. Like we were all like in our early 20s with, and we owned soldering irons. It's a very
Yeah.
dangerous combination in 2005 or whatever,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like college guys with soldering irons, and the internet wasn't helpful like back then
No.
for doing pedal things. Not like the way it is now, where you would take a bunch of pictures and post it onto a Proco fan forum, and they would tell you exactly what was wrong with it.
Yep.
Um,
And what's wrong
so
with
I
you in
try
the process?
and what?
And what's wrong with you in the process?
Yeah. So I sent so my our buddy Adam tried to do some things, got it sort of to work. I think the volume knob never worked, so you would just turn it on and it would be like like the distortion knob worked, so you could control the distortion, but you were either at like full volume or no volume with varying stages of gain because the
That's all that
volume knob was
matters.
just like bypassed. And then Ryan tried to do something with it. I don't remember. And then, so it kind of just bounced around. And the way that I became the official owner of it
Yeah.
is I was the one who wrote an email to Proco and said, "Hey, I have this thing. Can you fix it?" And and they did, right? And they said like, "Yeah,
Really?
it's out of warranty, but we don't want dead pedals out there, basically." And so they fixed it. And I don't know what all they did, but they cleaned it up. And then shortly after I got it back from them,
Uh
the PCB rot started taking over. So
huh.
I did later on my own replace this switch. And inside of this, I wish I had in order to take this apart, I would need to take the Velcro off because the screws for the case
Yeah.
are through the feet. But I actually ran bypass leads for some of the PCB because the traces were like rotting out.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had to drop in, basically hardwire the switch to like the first resistor using or whatever the next component in line was, because it wasn't making a good connection to the PCB. Um, so I had to do it like that.
Huh.
So that's like a fun thing. But my point being, like, there are companies that will do it, but then at the same time, like, even when these were brand new and with the old 308, like this is like $100 pedal or
Yeah,
less.
exactly.
You know,
Well,
this isn't a $500 uh digital-ish device.
well, but then I put it in the same vein as, and I realize like the size of company is very different in this scenario, but how many times have you seen the story on Facebook or on forums where somebody buys a
Hmm.
secondhand Line 6 Helix LT and the expression pedal is broken and Line 6 says, "Yeah, we'll fix it." Like you could be the fourth owner and have it was bought like
Yeah,
6 years
yeah.
ago. They'll say, "Yeah, we'll fix it."
Well, and the reality is in your situation too, depending on which component is the failed component, yeah, it's a $600 unit, but how much of that is again, I'm not, it's a reactive load box. So I would
Right.
assume the expensive part is actually the reactive load box part.
Yeah, which that part still works. I can still use it because the reactive load part of it is purely analog. You can
Right.
use it. You can use that part whether you're powered in or not. It can
Oh,
still it
interesting.
still works as a speaker load.
Okay.
Um, because that was something I read. It was like it didn't matter if you're not powered, you can still use it as a speaker load, so you can turn your amp on. You're not going to blow a
Hmm.
transformer. Um, so yeah, that part is entirely analog. So that part probably still
Right.
works. Um, I don't know what could be broken. I do know that we ran their diagnostic. They sent me a file. They sent me an installer, which is their diagnostic tool, and then the file to use. And then when I used that diagnostic, it bricked it. Um, like where this normally is a light, it's lit. Actually, hold on. Let me see. I've got the power here somewhere. Hold on. Yep, there it is. Watch. This is what it does now.
So it lights up
Well,
and that's
oh,
it.
it's not going red. It usually goes red. I don't know. It's been unplugged for a while, but you
It's
saw that.
fixed.
Yeah,
You
yeah, it's
cured
fixed
it.
now. I doubt that. But you see the red light when you turn it on? It was just blinking that constantly.
Oh, okay.
And so,
Gotcha.
and also it does not connect to the app anymore. Like the app can't even find it. So, I don't know. So, we'll see. Um,
Yeah, that does kind of seem like some sort of digital component problem.
yeah, that's what I would think. But I'm not like that up on this kind of stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
have I ever showed you the rat pedal I own? The only rat pedal I own since I sold my woodcutter.
Hmm. Did I know you sold that?
Yeah, I think I told you, but it's been a while.
What? I don't know what that is. Super
It's
Ra.
it's a
Super
moose.
Super RA7.
Yeah, Super RA7, Super Rat. It's a Mooski.
Oh, okay.
It's a Mooski Super Rat. It was $14, and it sounds freaking killer. It sounds so good. And it's got three different rat modes in it. It's got a classic, it's got a turbo rat, and it's got some kind of boosted rat, like extra gainy rat. Um, dude, this into my PV Bandit sounds amazing.
Really
Yeah, dude, it sounds so good.
interesting.
I posted an Instagram reel playing through it, and it just sounds so good. So, anyway, for those of you that think Philip only plays expensive shit, $14 rat pedal. It sounds amazing. I bought. Now here's the thing. The reason I got it. So I had a
Hmm.
I had a Guitar Center credit from buying a big ticket item a while back, right?
Right.
And so I didn't know what to buy with it. I didn't need anything. So what I did is I went to the Nashville Guitar Center. I was already in Nashville and stopped at the Nashville Guitar Center and just started looking through their used pedal case, right? And I was picking out things and I got some really cool stuff. I I got like one of those Carl Martin headrooms, you know, the spring tanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I could grab it, but it's too much trouble to get past stuff. But I got it. I got I I got a oh, I got the Aguilar Optimizer for my baseboard,
Hmm,
octave
hmm.
pedal. But then I still had a little money left, and so I was like, I'll get. And they had a Phase 90, like an MXR Phase 90. You know, I've never owned a Phase 90 until this year. Never, never had one. And so when I went to check
Really?
out, yeah,
I
I
had
never
one
had
for a
one.
minute and then I sold it.
I mean, it's over here. I played it. It works. We'll figure out if I ever use it. Maybe if I end up joining that outlaw country band, I'll use it. Um, but I didn't know that Guitar Center credit works as a discount, not a payment method. Now, where that matters is in all of this stuff I was getting, the three pedals I got, right? I was
Hmm.
calculating the tax on top of it so that I wouldn't actually owe money, right?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
But then when I got to pay, they were like, "Hey, you've still got like $10 worth of credit." Because because instead of them calculating the tax and then saying you owe this much, you have this much credit, it pays for it. The credit is actually a discount, so it discounted everything pre-tax.
Okay.
So I
Now I'm
didn't.
following.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So instead, I owed, it was like a $360 bill before tax. Discount that first, and then calculate tax on what you actually owe. So I grabbed this because it was in the case for $14. It was marked as an unknown rat. Um, it by the way, $15 is what they go for anyway. So I paid basically new
Yeah.
price for a
Yeah.
used rat. But um, yeah, super rad. So therefore, that's some news for y'all if you ever have some Guitar Center credit. It's a discount and not a payment method.
Yeah, they do weird. There's always weird stuff like that.
Yeah, they're super weird. They're
Um
super weird.
I'm trying to find whatever that, oh, Little Bear. Is that the name of the brand? That like Ryan's new affordable rat
Oh, really?
is Little Bear. I think it's Little Bear.
While you look that up, I'm gonna pull this up. Hughes says never heard anyone here or any channel reference a Joe Gore pedal.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never heard of them, but here they
I've
are.
I've heard of them, but I don't know a lot about them.
Yeah, I've never seen them, but they've got a huge list of artists, people I know of: Richard Fortus, Gary Clark Jr., Blake Mills, Vernon Reed, Adrian Belew, Charlie Hunter, like R.J. Ronquillo. I don't know. I've never Pete Thorne.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
heard of these pedals. Interesting.
Well, and Joe Gore is also he's a guy. I mean obviously he's a guy, but like he's like a known quantity in like as a guitar player. Like he's not just like he's a, I don't know if renowned is the right word, but he's worked with like a lot of, like if you look at his music page, like it says I've recorded or toured with Tom Waits, PJ Harvey, Tracy
Oh
Chapman,
wow.
Luke Combs, The Eels, Courtney Love, John Cale, Amy Mann,
Uh,
Carrie Underwood.
apparently he also used to write for Guitar Player magazine, so like his website has a
That's
whole
that's okay. Guitar Player Magazine's why I know Joe Gore.
yeah. He
I
also
think he also was worked with Premier Guitar. I feel like.
he's a former senior editor at Premier Guitar.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So that was the thing. I don't know. Yeah, Hugh,
Yeah.
Premier Guitar and Guitar Player. I'm just getting caught up on the chat. Um, I find this is a little bit of the shade slash tea thing earlier. I'm really interested in the direction of that dipped in tone goes in now that
Yeah.
they're no longer Premier Guitar sponsored.
Yeah,
So
it'll be interesting to see where that goes. I get it
but-
though, because when they went to Premier Guitar, they sort of became an interview podcast, and
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think that's what they wanted to do. But I feel like
No,
all
what
of Premier Guitar's podcasts are interview podcasts.
are they really? I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm looking at there's 100 guitarists. There's the Chris Shiflett. Is he only interviewing people?
He does interviews.
Corey Wong is just interviewing
Interviews.
people.
Yep. I feel like all of them are interview podcasts. So it just, I think ultimately, without any real inside information, I think they just didn't want to do interviews anymore. Like, I think they
Or at
just
least
wanted,
not as like a, they're probably getting pressure all the time as like a main,
right, as they don't want it to be
you
their
know.
primary thing. They want to just chat and talk about stuff, which I think is what they do well. Not that they don't do interviews well, but I think duo podcast doing an interview gets complicated.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I think it just didn't work quite as well as they wanted, and so I think we'll see a lot more of just the them chatting thing.
Hmm.
So I'm excited about
Yeah.
it. Hugh,
Which is also like,
well, I was gonna back up real fast, then we'll
oh,
stay
go
here.
ahead. Yeah.
Hugh, this is a Moosky, Moosky,
Is it Moo? Is it MOO or just MO?
or is it Moisky?
It might be Moski. There is a company called Moski.
Um, it is Mosky, Mosky. Sorry.
Yeah. They're an
They're
Amazon
Yeah, it's
brand.
an Amazon brand. They've got a
Ryan,
bunch of different rats.
yeah, Ryan's done a few of their like the multi-spring reverb.
Yeah.
And I think they have the LM4 or LM741,
Uh
which was their like um
huh.
DoD 250 sort of a thing.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Anyway, sorry I derailed that for a second. Just to get back
no,
to it.
no, it's fine because that was where I was going to get into like the shade part. But all I'll say is if you go and listen to the Zach's interview with the Tone Mob, I thought that was a very interesting interview.
I need to go back and listen to that one. I haven't listened to it yet. Um, I talked to Zach a lot, so I have talked about some of this with him, but you're getting basically what I know as well.
Right, right,
I think that's all it was. I think they just, it was fun. I think both of them do it as a fun side thing.
for sure.
And so I think the Premier Guitar was just too serious for their
Yeah,
schedules, and
yeah.
then on top of that, they were doing interviews, which interviews can be anxiety inducing.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I know that that's one of the things that Jason, because I talked to Jason about over at Premier Guitar about it.
uh huh,
Not about dipped in tone specifically, but about kind of what Premier Guitar's function is with them. And he kind of made it sound like his number one uh, goal. I don't know what the word is, but like his main function is scheduling
yeah,
and like basically just forcing them to record. And Rhett's traveling a lot and
yeah,
whatnot, so yeah, there probably is like a constant pressure. Whereas like if you own yourself, I don't recommend this if you want to start a social media platform or a podcast or some kind of YouTube interview show. I don't recommend this, but yeah, you can you know you can record 6 episodes and then take a break for 6 weeks, and you can do whatever you want.
yeah, exactly.
You
I
can
mean,
do it
that's
however you want.
look at what I
So
do. I mean, because it's not my main income. It's something I do because I love doing it and love chatting with people and telling stories and talking guitar. But, I average 30 episodes a season, even though I go
right,
all year round, which means I'm barely more than once every 2 weeks because my
yeah,
summers get crazy busy. Maybe I can get, I wonder how much, I should hire someone just to do scheduling. See, that's the thing is I don't make money, so I can't justify spending money on it to get
sure,
someone to do
sure.
these things. So, I mean, I make a little bit of money, but it's not enough to like pay somebody else to do anything. Um, I wanted to bring this up. Snarky. Looks like I'm letting my hair grow out. No, not intentionally. This is what happens when someone with ADHD misses a haircut appointment. Because when I
Hmm.
get my
Hmm.
haircut, before I leave, I schedule the next haircut. But I missed a haircut in September, and so I
Right.
just haven't gone and got it cut, and it's getting like mullet-ish. Um, we'll see if I ever get it cut. I don't know. This may be my look. This may be what I'm doing for the next few years. Um,
This is the new vibe.
yeah, this is the new vibe. Oh, there's Jake from Man the Helm. He knows what it's like
Oh, hey
scheduling
Jake.
guests. Jake has been killing it on the guest game though.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
jealous. I've been jealous.
Well, and I
Gro-
think the
gr-
I think Premier Guitar tends to do like more either like fame. Like I'm looking at their current podcast lineup, and like 100 Guitarists is two of their internal guys. So they just
yeah,
hey, they probably have a thing in their teams. Uh, I'm looking at the reviews, and one of for the 100 Guitarist podcast, and I get this, like reviews for podcasts. Obviously, I have one, and I occasionally read the comments, but this one is for 100 Guitars. Another collection of the same old guitarists. I'm just going to go find some guitar magazines from 30 years ago. Uh, it's like,
oh
damn.
my gosh.
Reading them is the same as listening to this podcast. I mean, the last few episodes are Steve Lukather, Kevin Shields, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jeff Beck, talking about Jeff Beck with Jennifer Batten,
Oh wow.
um, Judas Priest, Nels Klein, Eric Johnson, and Sadler Vaden talking about Oasis, which feels like a waste of Sadler Vaden, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
it
know.
does. Yeah. Now you got me curious about the reviews of my own podcast, and so um, let's see. I'll do this live. Why not? Let's swap over. Let's look at the screen here. So first of all, here's on Apple Podcasts. I have 26 reviews, 4.7 stars. I don't feel bad about that actually. I
It's
got a
better than mine.
I've got at least a 2-star, a 3-star, and 2 4-star reviews. And then it looks like the rest are 5-star reviews. So, I'll take that. Let's look at Dipped in Tone. 4.8 stars. They're kicking my ass. They have more
They
1 stars than I do. They don't have any 4 stars.
they have a lot of ratings.
Yeah, they have
179.
179 ratings.
They must get a lot of downloads.
Yeah.
Because we don't really push it, but we only have 160. Cycle Hum only has 188 ratings. We have a lot of 1 stars. We will probably be getting more 1 stars after tomorrow's episode comes out.
Yeah. I mean, y'all have 188 ratings.
Yeah, but that's 10 years of content.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Um, let's
Our
see.
oldest review is from January 2014.
Wow. So I like to look at Spotify as well. So my Spotify reviews, um, I'm putting out like 2 episodes a month right now is my rate. I have a 5-star review with 34 ratings on Spotify. And Spotify is just rating. You can't do reviews on there that I'm aware of. So
Oh, I've never even looked at this, but we have 49 reviews and a 4.8 on
on
Spotify.
Spotify,
So.
see, I'm kicking y'all's ass on Spotify. Anyway. So, Steve, we're not going to go there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think in the current state of things, I'm the one who's going to get deported.
40 Watt Pod. Okay, I'm in. Let's
There's
go.
some shade that Sassy Cat, Rhett, somebody else from the Beato verse is annoying.
Oh no. Listen, Sassy, go listen to my podcast with Rhett. I love Rhett. I think Rhett does some really really cool stuff in this industry. And I think maybe he's just a little misunderstood. Some people don't get what he's doing. Rhett does a lot of like educational. I wish somebody had explained this to me when I first started playing guitar kind of content.
Sure.
And so I think a lot of established guitar players watch his stuff and are like, They don't get it.
Well, I think from that, I think from that perspective, it's true. But I think there's uh, the broader space of. I'm gonna share
All right,
this
I'm going to
tab.
mention this real quick while we're talking about it, though. From the bad guitarist, still starting out, has 0 ratings, and I get more YouTube plays than on any other platforms. Yeah, I get it. I started as an audio only podcast, so the
Mm-hmm.
majority of my audience is audio only. So my YouTube channel's growing. I've got to just focus on it because YouTube is never going to feed my content to people because it's too long. Anyway,
Um,
here we
so
go.
just going over this, I think this is where like this to me is the Beato verseness of it is. So some of
Oh,
these I think are useful, like are kind of useful. Like stop saying tone is in the hands. That fits in kind of what you're saying. Like more musicians need to be on YouTube. That kind of fits in what you're saying. But there's also things like the one pedal every guitarist needs, or I
yeah.
never thought I would do this, which looks like is an album promo,
Yeah, that's his
or
EP that he put out.
what I hate about YouTube. Well, I guess that's kind of if that's what he's like. I don't like.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I
It's
and
it's
I know
definitely
and
got that Beato vibe to it.
I swore I'd never show this. And I know Rhett has justified this, and I do appreciate this justification that um this tuning made them the Coldplay tuning. I don't know what the Coldplay tuning is, I
I
guess.
don't
I
either.
guess I need to watch that. Um but I think, Rhett's mindset, and I don't disagree with the mindset, is I did not know if I stopped sharing it would just go black. That's
Yeah, and
wild.
now there's a weird like center block that is from. Oh, that's weird. I don't know what that center block is now. So hold on, I'm gonna try to go. Oh, I can't fix it, Steve. I don't know how to fix it.
What?
Hold on. Let me see if I can fix it. There we go.
There we go.
Um.
But so I know a thing that he has said, because he is one of the uh people who gets called out, I think, the most
Oh yeah, yeah, big time.
on clickbaity titles. But also Mary is part of the Beatoverse, and she's
Ye-
also very a lot of clickbaity titles.
she is.
Um, but Rhett's take is click true clickbait is when you make a title that has nothing to actually do with the video. So his take would be like on a title like uh I never thought I would do this. Well, if he does something that he genuinely thought he would never do, then it's not clickbait.
Yeah.
I
The,
swore I'd never show this. Well, he's showing this. You've never heard a guitar do this. Well, it's a freaking Disco Baby guitar. You haven't ever heard a guitar do this
right.
unless you follow Disco Baby.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, and so for me, and the way he explains it, he's talked about this, I think, on Dipped in Tone, actually. He hates the YouTube thumbnail face. He hates it. Look,
mhm, mhm.
y'all, here's the thing. Here's the problem. It works.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it didn't work, they wouldn't do it. And in order to be shown to more people, you have to do. Ryan does YouTube clickbait face like nobody's business.
Oh yeah. Maybe
Ryan has
maybe too much.
great clickbait face. So it's a thing that there was. I remember a while back. Remember when blogging was the thing, right? Everybody was
Yeah.
blogging before YouTube. Um, there was an article that broke it down that your title of your article needed to be 11 or 13 words and under a certain number of characters in order for the algorithm to pick it up and share it with people.
Yeah. Let me grab something real quick.
Yeah, go for it. But that's the thing. I get it. We all hate the clickbait titles of things we already follow. I'll wait for Steve to get back so he can hear this. Steve, the
Just
point.
just a li-
Well,
just a
the point.
little preview.
Hold on. No,
Tomorrow's episode. Yeah,
let me finish this point real fast.
sure.
And see what you think here. Um, most of the people who hate the clickbait titles are people who already follow the channels. They're like, why are you
That,
clickbaiting the title? The clickbait is for the people that don't already follow the channel.
no, that's true. That's definitely true. The tomorrow's episode title is "She Broke It, He Ruined It." And a thing that I think we're going to start testing out with the podcast episodes is not to put all the extra stuff with, normally. So, for example, the last one
Oh yes,
was
all the
it's okay to never get better at guitar, Meister Alex Gregory Explorer, Geography Guitar, Travel SG. I think we're
title's
going to
too
take
long.
that. I want to try to take the ads out of the title, and it's just whatever we think is going to be the draw for the episode. That's
Yep.
going to be the title, and
Title's
that's
too
it.
long. Look, I've been doing this. Y'all are about to get some real behind the scenes look real quick. I've been doing some testing on threads around engagement. Um, and, well, I should say I have done. I'm not doing it right now. I'm just posting for fun now. But I did try some things. And
Mm-hmm.
some things I discovered. Threads hates photos. Threads
Yeah,
typically won't push a
definitely
photo.
seems like it.
Threads hates hashtags. Don't use them. Instead, what Threads does, Threads is using, I don't have this for proof, this is me speculating. Threads has an AI that is reading the first 5 to 10 words of your post and determining in those first
Mm,
5 or 10 words whether or not it's pushing it out to anyone. The way I
right.
tested that is I posted something for guitar players and I didn't mention the word guitar until 10 words into the post, 10 words past the beginning of the post,
Mm-hmm.
compared to almost the same content, but I said guitarists, da 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 da. You know what I mean? Guess which one did better? It's the
The
one where
first one.
the first one I said guitar in the
Yeah.
first word. It and so these are the things you have to do if you like some people are like, "Oh, well just make the content, people will come." You're right. But to get that kind of it's still all technically organic compared to the alternative and buying views and clicks and subscriptions. We're not going to get into that. It's still all organic, but you need to set yourself up for the best possible success. You want to get the most eyes on it because you have more likely the chance that someone who really wants that content is going to find it.
Right. Right.
And,
Um.
and this is the point. This is the real problem. I don't want a
Yeah.
title that is misleading.
Our first ad on tomorrow's episode is a again. This is bonus spoilers for everyone who comes and hangs out with the light and watches these live stream videos. Tomorrow's podcast episode, the first ad is a guy who rebuilt. Uh, well, he took pickups from a guitar. Basically, the story is that his girlfriend bought him a guitar, and when they broke up, she smashed it. And then he took the pickups out of that guitar and put them into something else. And the something else is potentially more offensive than the fact that she smashed a guitar in the first place.
Oh God,
So, so
I
that
can't
is
wait.
that is the story behind it. She smashed it. He
What time
ruined
is the
it.
premiere tomorrow? What time is the premiere tomorrow? I'm off
How
work,
the
so I'm.
fuck am I supposed to know?
You're one half. You're the organized half of your channel.
Have you ever? Yes, that is accurate. There's no published time on
Okay.
Mondays.
Okay. Well, I tell you
There's
what.
no published time ever for
Look, I'm
anything.
I'm recording an episode tomorrow morning, from like 8 to 10 in the morning. Just make it after that so I can be in the live chat just trolling the
I don't
shit out of y'all.
I don't have control over any of
Um.
that. We've talked about. I thought we talked about this on the show before, but maybe not. I don't know. Um, here's how Monday morning goes.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm also gonna add this. Basil Tiffany, you're right. I agree. And then it still works.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
that
Uh,
just made me think of the whole Rick Beato's can't be like you lose creativity after
oh
age
God.
30
You know he changed the
deal.
title on that video, right?
No, I
Yeah, he
haven't
changed the
seen it.
title. Yeah.
but I believe it, but I have not
I'll
seen it.
I'll find the title. Continue making your point.
Um, I need to tell Ryan to upload the audio. Hold on. Sorry. If I didn't do it now, yeah, premieres between Michael Krause says premieres between 12:30 and 3. Mark it on your calendars. That is accurate. Oh, you're 8 to 10 CST. So
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
you will probably be done. Um, but yeah, the Ryan's flow typical. Oh, though tomorrow might also be different because it's a semi-national holiday.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. It's at least
Right.
it's a bank holiday. Is the way I call it.
So the schools I believe
Yep.
are closed tomorrow. But Ryan's normally. Oh, why musical IQ soars after 30? That's the
Yeah.
opposite of the point.
That's the title change.
And then why people got so mad at my last video? Because it was fucking stupid, Rick. You moved them. Okay, this is my rant. I'm just gonna go on this rant. I need to send this video to RJ so he can cut this rant. I don't know. Uh, but basically, here was the biggest issue I took. There's this whole segment where he says, "Look at all of these people whose most creative output was in their 20s," and then he names like Kurt Cobain, who fucking died. Like he starts naming all these guys who died in their 20s,
Yeah, yeah. So therefore, they had no
which is like,
opportunity to be creative after
yeah,
30.
who knows what music Jimi Hendrix would be making now because he's dead.
You want to know someone who was most creative in their 30s? Stevie Ray Vaughan. He didn't even.
And
I think
then
he got his record deal like at 30.
And then here's my biggest gripe, legitimately my biggest gripe with this is it's this person's most creative, this person's seminal album, the Beatles, all of these things. And then all of a sudden he switches and his entire audience missed it because they're all guitarists who don't pay attention to pop music or they pay attention at the same level Rick does.
Yeah.
He says Beyonce's first album came out when she was 25 or whatever, which is, or whatever age. She was in her 20s when her first album came out. But nobody thinks Crazy in Love was her most creative output. Her last 3 albums are critically acclaimed, maybe too criticized for
Yeah,
various
yeah.
reasons. Like I know Renaissance, there's a lot of questions about whether or not Renaissance was good or not, but or not. Renaissance had questions. Cowboy Carter has questions, but Lemonade is considered a masterpiece. All of those albums came out in her late 30s or early 40s. But the point that he throws out there is her first album, Crazy in Love or whatever. And it's like, dude, that was her first very obviously pop album. One of the criticisms of Beyonce in for the last decade is that she doesn't put out singles anymore, that she makes albums. She is 100% the opposite of his point.
Yeah.
And he
I
just
agree.
brushes through it. And then he's like, people got mad at me because they didn't understand what I was saying. Dude, you didn't even understand what you were saying.
I agree. And I don't dislike Rick. I don't like having any I actually like his interviews for what it's worth. I watch most of those. But I agree. It's a bad take. And he has notoriously bad takes. I get it. Look, speak your piece, but don't speak them as truths.
I mean, it's a
Like if that's what you think.
1.4 million view bad take.
Yeah. So I want to mention this. Darren Tatum, talk about clickbait. I came to Sicky Cycle Home for Ryan and he's not here. I want to bring your attention. I want to bring your attention to this. This was the thumbnail for this video. Ryan is nowhere in this. So I just wanted you to understand you were not misled. There's no clickbait here. We didn't say, hey, Ryan's here and he's not. There were no expectations of Ryan on this thread. So let me introduce you to the other half of 60 Cycle Hum, Steve.
Hi.
My name's Philip. I'm from 40 Watt Podcast, hence the 6040 live stream.
Also, the title of this on the 60 Cycle Hum channel is this a No Nut November live stream? Parentheses, it's not.
Yeah, mine is just
Uh,
6040 shenanigans, whatever I called it. I'll change it later.
but yeah, I know like it's clickbait. I didn't get mad at it. I just thought like, man, this is just such a bad, like horrifically bad take. And if I was smarter, I would have made a some shorts to respond to it, but I'm
This
not.
is this is ultimately it right here. This is it. Um, the I wish he would drop the routine, but he knows it gets clicks. We're just gonna put that there and leave it for a second. Um, Also, this one, yes, I actually did know that. Uh, we just lost the game apparently. I want to. I. It's the. Do you listen? Do you watch John Nathan Cordy? Do you watch
I
his
know
videos?
that name, but I don't know why.
He's
So
another
no, I don't.
guitar. He's another guitar YouTuber. He posts like a video every day, and
Oh wow.
he's a killer guitar player. But he does this thing that really drives me mad.
Hmm.
Actually, since apparently this is what we're doing, we're doing inside baseball, and I'm calling out John Nathan.
Man, he
Uh,
posts like 2 videos a day.
yeah, dude, he posts like crazy. And again, I like his videos, but he posts things like, watch, hold on, let me see. Uh, he does like 3 videos all of a sudden, all about dumbbells because he borrowed a TS1. Um,
Hmm.
but he did like a whole series where like it was almost like a TikTok. Um, I'm selling everything, keeping one guitar and my modeler. Oh, this is why I've gone back to playing amps live. Oh, this is why in-ear modeling and in-ear monitors and modeling is better. I'm using 2 amps live now. I'm like, and literally it's 2 or 3 days within each other's.
Right,
And I'm
right.
like, come on, man. Like, have your takes. That's awesome. I'm all for it. In fact, I'm probably going to steal a little bit of the format of the short 1 point conversational videos because apparently it works. But it you're just constantly contradicting yourself, and I don't think you're building any public
Hmm.
um
Hmm.
like trust. Um, yeah, this is it, Basil. I I like Cordy. I like his stuff, but oh my gosh, every day, sometimes 2 times a day, it is so much. It is so much. I think like at most, a YouTube channel should be putting out 3 videos a week. More than 3 is just overkill. And that's if they're
Yeah.
short. If you're doing hour-long content like y'all do with the podcast or like I do with the
Hmm.
podcast,
Hmm.
like I get that Ryan does his full time, so he has like the shorter videos he can do. But I'm thinking like a podcast and one other video a week is the most that I'd be comfortable doing.
Right. Right. And we've kind of talked about like different functions in terms of like does the podcast would probably function better on YouTube if we made like the audio format just the audio as it is, and we sliced and diced the video into like ads in one place and the topic in another. They would probably perform better. But at the same time, and this is, I know RJ is going to be in the chat and telling everyone that that's his idea, and it is like this is a thing he and I have discussed at length. But I don't. But to that point, like then the issue becomes, how do you manage that when Ryan's going to also want to publish 2 demos a week, and so now do you set up a separate channel just to do this? How do you manage that? That's
Yeah,
a question I don't know how to answer, because then even there have been a couple people, 2 out of a lot, two
yeah,
two or three, but I'm sure they're representing someone who people have a handful of people have complained about the fact that we're posting shorts from the podcast now in general, because now their subscription feed is podcast Monday, demo Tuesday, plus a short on Tuesday, a short on Wednesday, short on Thursday,
yeah,
or whatever. And then so a couple days in there, you're getting a short and a demo.
yeah. No, I get that. I think if you're gonna do shorts, um, and I need to take my own advice here. I think shorts and the podcast should come out the same day. Launch them the same day.
Although
Because
I don't think we're not streamlined enough to do that.
yeah,
But I hear you.
on YouTube you can actually tie the video that the short came from, and so the short will lead them to the video because they're
Right. And that
linked.
And I do have that. Ian says there's an option to not notify subs of shorts, so maybe that's something I need to look into. I'm
So
not sure.
so this is a really good point too. I don't mind the yelling at clouds as much as the follow-up acting shocked by the responses.
Right,
Don't
right.
don't act like you're surprised when you got the reaction you wanted.
Absolutely. That is absolutely part of the mess of it.
That's exactly it. That is exactly
Is
the problem. Don't
you
be surprised you got what you wanted.
yeah, you must know that what you're saying is gonna like it's not I don't want to say it's not informative. It's just like I don't know if you're really saying what you're trying to say here.
Yeah. Well, and we're going to bring this up. Snarky, that's because you watch the episodes when they launch. The point of shorts is not for you. The point of shorts is to help people who have never watched the show before find it and watch the show. Because shorts have more reach than long form videos.
Well, at
It's
least
little
that's the
moments.
goal.
That's the goal. That's what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are a couple of other things that I want to go back to. Max, just a few minutes ago, Henning posted a rant video. I have officially not watched a single one of Henning's rant videos. I won't do it. I'm so happy that he labels them rant so that I won't
Right.
watch them. Because I don't want Henning rant. Like I get some people do Mad German Man. I get it. It's fun. That's not what I go to Henning for. And I love Henning, and I'll tell him that to him. I don't watch his rant videos because that's not what I want. There's
Hold on,
this.
Michael Kraus, if you want to grab this most recent one. Um Ryan and I are discussing ways for us to just make Beato reaction videos where we jump on something like Ecamm and we just watch the video and react to it.
Oh my god, I love this. I
And
love
then
this.
the whole thing. So here's again, like this is I like the live streams because we only get about 1,000 views, so much
Yeah,
it's a much lower reach. So
yeah.
again, I don't mind doing a
It
little.
also tanks your algorithm, but that's okay.
I I don't know. I don't know if this is going to happen because there are logistics we have to figure out. But part of the scheme is um, there was the whole complaint that well this is that he can do the why is this song
What makes this
why
song
is it,
great?
what makes this song great and how some of them have been copyright claimed by the artist and how it's this big old thing and how technically it should be allowed because it's educational
Yeah,
content.
it should be fair
So
use.
if we just basically play an entire Rick Beato video like wholesale. So we take a 10-minute Rick Beato video and we turn it into a 20-minute 60 cycle hum video where every 30 seconds we just stop and say something about it. Like arguably that is educational content.
I
Arguably, or it either falls under fair use as educational or it falls under fair use as like critically whatever. Um
I
like
want the opposite though. I don't want you to stop the video. I want you to full MST3K it. Just just
talk
talk
to it.
over it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the play. I don't know. Again, we got to figure out how to do it.
Oh.
I think I can do it in OSB. So that might be the way to do it. Is we just get on a Zoom call, use that as one camera in
Yeah,
OSB,
yeah.
and we
OBS.
pull up
OBS.
the video as a second virtual camera in OSB and just hit play and
OBS.
go. Sorry, OBS. Yeah. What does OBS stand for? Anyway,
Something broadcast. I don't know.
Open Broadcaster Software.
Is that what it
Do
is?
I even? Yeah, yeah,
Did you look that up?
I did.
Oh, nice. That was fast, Steve. I'm impressed. Yeah, Michael Krause, please do it like MST3K. Please. Like,
All right, all
I
right.
need
These
that.
are good ideas. This is why I wanted to. This is actually why I wanted to bring it up because I think
Yeah.
I think this is a good place to talk about that stuff.
Oriented strand board. um, yeah, I love that idea. I've thought about doing React videos because now now Instagram lets you record a reel that's a reaction to a comment like TikTok.
Right. Yeah.
and
Yeah. I've
and
seen
and
that.
YouTube is probably not far away from adding that to the shorts content. So I'm
Hmm.
curious what that's gonna do. I don't I do a couple of like shorts here and there from podcasts. Like I shared the one from the Patreon of my interview with Adam Levy just because I thought it was too much fun not to.
Yeah.
Because Adam and I got really nerdy about guitar picks on the Patreon episode. It was kind of fun. Um,
Hmm.
but I need to do more of that. I've actually talked to RJ, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. I've got to figure out my software. If I can get my recordings to work right in Riverside, I shouldn't need that much work because they do magic clips in Riverside. The problem is my audio is always like 5 nudges out of sync, exactly 5. I've got to figure out where that delay is coming from, and if I can get rid of that, then I can just I can create clips all day long.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's some ways to do it that's really clean. We
100%.
are. Why don't we put dancing men in the background? Why can't we
I,
just have dancing? I mean, obviously, I know why.
dancing people.
This is 2024. Nothing's changed.
Right, exactly.
I was talking to Brian over at from B's Music Shop. I was talking to him the other day about the decline of the booth girl at NAMM,
Oh yeah.
and how basically they don't exist anymore. But he was talking about how when he first started going to NAMM, there were, because even like my first NAMM, I think the only ones I can remember were like Dean, and like I think maybe like ESP had them,
Uh huh.
but pretty much no one else. And the last booth that I saw that had kind of a booth girl thing going on was Coffin Cases, and that was I think 20. I want to say 2020 or maybe 2022, one of those.
Yeah.
Um, but the last couple NAMs I haven't. I mean, even then, like it's like you have to go out of your way to find them for
So
the most part.
you were talking about why couldn't it be dancing men, and I was like really curious. I'm pulling up my audience on YouTube.
No, I know why.
I'm curious though. I want to see 100% male.
Wow, that's your last 28 days.
Yeah, that's my last 28 days.
Yeah,
100% male.
60 cycle
Although,
hum is only 96.4% male.
oh look at that. I do want to point out. I find this interesting because so y'all, I'm not an analytics watcher. I post things and then I'm okay just leaving them and going away, right? But I am at 1,699 subscribers right now. Someone watching this is not subscribed to the 40 Watt Podcast. Please go be my 1,700th subscriber so I can see a nice round number. Anyway, someone go subscribe.
I think we're hitting that 2 hour mark. We should probably actually wrap up with the actual guitar question or two.
Yeah.
Um, Rob
Rob,
F wants to know, what is your channel?
40 Watt Podcast.
Uh,
40 WATT Podcast.
Here you go, Rob. Boom.
Yeah, I would
That's
have
me.
added
I'm 60 cycle hum this time.
I would have added it in the chat, but if I do it, it adds it for 60 Cycle Hum, for 40 Watt Podcast, like it does a whole thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I have it running on the side so I can monitor.
Uh, Mumu, I am not ambidextrous. It is not a left-handed guitar. It is just a reverse and non-reverse Firebirds.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
1,700. Thank you, Rob. Rob is officially my 1,700th subscriber.
Why are we talking about soup and celery and mayonnaise?
Somebody
What
shared
have
a
I been
recipe.
missing?
Somebody shared a recipe, and it's just been going since then, man. I do think, Steve, I think I'm going to do a giveaway for my 2,000th subscriber on YouTube. I think that's going to be a thing.
Is it a two notes? Or is it a two rock?
No, it is not going to be a two rock. But I think I'm going to tie it. I think I've got to figure out what I'm going to give away. I'll probably launch it in the next couple of weeks. Um, and it's going to be one of those, instead of an amount of time, it's a benchmark. When my Instagram gets to, what am I at on Instagram right now? Let me look. I am at 2727 followers on Instagram, and I am at 1,704 subscribers on YouTube. Thank y'all for clicking the subscribe button for me. Uh, when
Most
I
guy
get to
rat giveaway.
when I get to when I get to 3,000 on Instagram and
Hmm.
2,000 on YouTube, I'm gonna give something away, and it's gonna be something good, but I don't know what yet. So, uh,
I still have to figure out. This is not really a teaser, but let me grab this. I've been getting up and grabbing things as
yeah,
a lot
you've been
today. I
busy
feel like
today. I'm glad
I
I've
got my
not been
workout in.
because I'm sick, so I don't want to
Yeah.
move any more than I have to.
Uh, but I need to figure out still how to give this away. This is
Oh
the
yeah,
Bees Music 1 Ton Bees fuzz. Need to figure that giveaway out still.
I
It's,
gave
it's just
two of those away.
a few. I only
Two,
have one.
I gave two away.
Well, I have two, but I'm keeping the other one.
I see. I didn't keep it because I just have too much stuff. I don't need to keep extra stuff. Um.
I
Oh,
mean, we
and
all have too much stuff.
I ended up giving away. What else did I give away? I one of the pedals I got from the Affordaboard series that you sent me
Mm-hmm.
for winning the Adventurers Club one time.
Yeah,
Um. So my third place winner didn't get a pedal, right? And so my
gotcha.
first place winner got two pedals, second place winner got a pedal, third place winner got swag and t-shirt. The other folks got swag and t-shirt too. But I felt bad not sending them a pedal, so I sent them that Ibanez sound tank, whatever it was that y'all sent me for
Oh,
the Afford.
that one.
Yeah. So thank you, Jane. Thank you. Just um I really appreciate it. I know for a fact that my subscribers aren't 100% male, but in the last 28 days, apparently only men have watched my channel. So watch a video. I don't care which one. Just put it in the background and it'll fix that algorithm for me. But yeah, I sent them that. They messaged me back and said, "Oh, thanks. I already had that one, but it's rad to have two of them." Oh,
That's the best.
yeah, it was the best. I don't know. I might give away. I've got some gear that I really need to unload, and I could try to sell it, I guess, or I could do a giveaway.
I
Um,
will say too that the YouTube analytics are not perfect, and this is a
yeah,
thing that
no, they're not.
Emily Harris over at Get Offset has talked about, where um, if you do not specify your, even if you, maybe even if you do, but certainly if you don't specify your
Right?
gender in your Google profile, YouTube will make the assumption based on your, they either won't include you in the analytics, or they will base the assumption of what they think your gender is based on what you view.
Yeah, that makes
She
sense.
did some testing where she watched a bunch of videos, I think, with her non-specific, or with, I think, a non-specific channel, but that she, because it's Emily, it's a lot of guitar content that she's watching, and so the algorithm just assumed that she's male.
Yeah. Also looking at my. I'm making an assumption here. The short I did with Adam Levy, which was 11 days ago. I need to post something. Um, I need to post something else. It average percentage viewed
Mhm.
102.1%. I think that means the average person watched the whole thing and again started it.
That, yeah, I'm not sure how to, process that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I it is about lunchtime. All the medicine has started to kick in all at once for me, which is great. I sort of feel like
No,
okay
that
to
is
go
good.
figure out lunch. And I need another cup of coffee. Actually, I probably should switch to tea, to be really honest. Um,
I've had
uh,
2 cups of coffee already this morning.
yeah, I've
So
had two. One out of my very cool Fellows guitar mug. The other
Right.
out of
Yeah.
my also cool but in a different way Gibson Garage mug.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, I like this mug a lot.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's just a good mug.
David Ross Musical Instrument says my YouTube analytics says my audience is 2.1% female. I feel like that's ahead of the curve. I also tend to feel like, you know, YouTube tends to be so. I looked at our statistics for shorts.
Uh huh.
Apparently, according to YouTube, our shorts viewership is 100% male.
Oh, that's who it's feeding it to.
So,
I get it.
yep,
Um. Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna get out of here, Steve. I think you're gonna get out of here. We're gonna.
I sure am. Well, as soon
Exact.
as you kill it, I get kicked out.
Well, I
So,
mean, I think I could technically leave and just take myself out and mute and leave it running until you're
oh,
done. But
that's
let's not
true.
do
That's
that.
true.
You couldn't hit
Nope,
finish though. That's the problem.
that's true. Well, yeah, yeah. So it would just be running.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, y'all, be good to yourselves, be kind to each other, and make some noise. And new episode coming out next week. Steve, y'all have a new episode next week.
Yeah,
Um,
tomorrow.
I've got Daniel from uh, Port City Amps.
Oh, cool.
Although we probably talk way less about amps, I'm assuming because we were gonna record on Friday and that got pushed because of how sick I am, so we're recording tomorrow. But Daniel's had to deal with all the hurricanes in Western North Carolina, so I imagine we're gonna
Oh,
talk a lot about the hurricane and recovery and community and stuff like that.
did you ask him about the Granville?
Well, I'm gonna talk to him about it, obviously.
Oh,
Um,
you have you haven't done it yet.
No, I haven't done it yet. That's the problem. We were
Okay.
gonna record on Friday, but that's when all of this started to kick in, and so it just wasn't
Yep.
gonna happen.
Yep. So thanks, Snarky. I'm just going down. Rob,
Oh
David,
yeah,
Michael,
Max,
uh,
Mark, Moo,
Bad Guitars, Noise
Julio,
Moon, Mark again, RJ, who's been here giving me shit the entire time.
Jake, bad guitarist, Jane,
Basil.
just
Is
Basil.
it
Yes,
Basil or Basil?
I, I I hear other people say Basil, so I say Basil. I don't
Basil
know.
is like the British.
Yeah, exactly. Um, let's see, Steven,
Oh, Sassy Cat, of course.
Rob, who is my 1700th subscriber. Um, I'll probably remember that forever. Michael Kraus, of course. Anyway, yeah, all of y'all.
Yeah,
You know
thanks
who
for
wasn't
hanging out.
here? You know who wasn't here? Amanda
Who?
Coombs. And
That's true.
don't let y'all let her forget it.
Damn.
All right, bye y'all. Y'all have a great night.
See ya. Oh, what? Stay grounded?